Have you ever looked into his eyes and seen a flicker of fear? Felt the sudden silence when you speak your mind? Sometimes an emotionally intelligent woman like you, wise, centered, and strong, can make a certain kind of man recoil. There is a truth here. Your confidence, your calm insight, and your refusal to play small can unnerve men who have not done the work to face themselves. Once you feel this tremor in the air, the way he stiffens when you shine your light, you know something profound is happening. You know that you are confronting him with a reflection he never expected, his own unacknowledged doubts and fears. As Carl Jung would put it, you are making the unconscious conscious for him. When you sit with quiet strength, a man still living in shadows feels like his fate is slipping from his grasp, and that terrifies him. You, courageous woman, have learned over decades how to navigate your own depths. You know your feelings, your worth, and you steer your life by inner truth. But when someone who has not done that work meets you, something in him is shaken. His insecurity, buried deep in the unconscious, stirs. He may not even realize why he feels unsettled. Jung said it clearly. Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life, and you will call it fate. Right now, your very presence is coaxing his unconscious into daylight, and he fears what will be revealed. Let us explore why this happens. There are hidden psychological truths at play here, deep truths that go beyond simple dynamics. Each truth is like a mirror. As you listen, recognize yourself in them. The first truth is this: you hold the mirror to his shadow. You have spent years walking through your own darkness and integrating it. You live with self awareness. When you speak your heart, when you stand your ground or set a boundary, you radiate authenticity. This makes an insecure man profoundly uncomfortable because deep down he feels exposed. Jung taught that whoever refuses to acknowledge his own darkness will inevitably project it onto others. A man steeped in insecurity does not see his own flaws. Instead, he tries to see them in you. He might call you cold or selfish when you set a boundary, or accuse you of being insensitive when you simply speak your truth. These labels are not about you, they are his projections. When you look at him without fear, he sees not your weakness, but his own. This is why he may blame you for things that were never yours. You become the problem simply for having standards. He projects his unclaimed shadow onto you, and then reacts to that illusion. But you, knowing who you are, no longer shrink yourself to soothe someone else's discomfort. You refuse to carry a burden that was never yours. In that refusal, he feels naked. If this resonates inside you, breathe into that awareness. Let it settle. Another truth is this: he cannot control you with compliments or guilt. An emotionally intelligent woman over 40 has learned how to validate herself. You do not live on borrowed confidence. You do not seek permission to feel proud of who you are. This independence unsettles an insecure man because it means he has no easy way to gain leverage. So, he may try to use flattery as a tool, not because he truly sees you, but because he hopes that if he praises you enough, you will lean on him for approval. He will shower you with sweet words. He will call you beautiful, brilliant, extraordinary. But if you agree with him, if you dare to praise yourself, he suddenly tells you to be humble. He wants to be the source of validation, not a witness to your self respect. A secure man is attracted to a confident woman. An insecure man is threatened by her. He wants you depending on his approval so he can feel significant. When you stand tall, he feels small. When you know your worth, he loses control over the story he is trying to write about you. If this feels familiar, let that clarity strengthen you. Another truth: you set boundaries and speak your truth. By this stage of life, you know your values. You know what you will and will not tolerate. You have learned the cost of silence, and you no longer pay it. But to an insecure man, your clarity is intimidating. Your no is a shock to his system. 2. Your clarity is intimidating. Your no is a shock to his system. 2. When you calmly express how you feel, he may accuse you of overreacting. When you ask for respect, he may twist your words. When you try to communicate, he may stonewall. He may even erupt because your honesty forces him to confront his own limitations, his own emotional neglect, his own inability to self regulate. The more you try to make yourself small to avoid conflict, the more explosive he becomes. Because the problem was never your tone, it was never your choice of words. It was the truth itself, and his inability to face it. Yet you persist. You speak. You set boundaries. You refuse to let yourself be gaslit. And that terrifies him more than any anger he could express. You can't be manipulated. You can't be silenced. He cannot confuse you into submission, and that is his deepest fear. Now breathe into this. You are not the unstable one. You are the clear one. Another truth, your growth stirs his envy. Each year, you have grown wiser, more capable, more emotionally grounded. You shine with the natural confidence earned from real experience, pain, healing, triumph, and evolution. But for a man still stuck in emotional adolescence, your growth is a threat. Your presence reminds him of everything he has not yet become. He may minimize your success, downplay your accomplishments, offer advice that feels more like sabotage. When you share good news, his enthusiasm drops. When you speak of your dreams, he questions them. A partner, a friend, someone close. These people can be the most shaken by your evolution because it confronts them with their stagnation. Jung wrote that envy is simply an unintegrated shadow. In secure men, shadow work leads to admiration. In insecure men, it leads to resentment. He envies the places within you that he has never dared to reach within himself. If you have ever felt someone withdraw when your light grew stronger, trust that feeling. It was never your fault. Your radiance exposes his self doubt. Another truth, your independence highlights his prison. You have a life you built with your own hands. You have routines, passions, friendships, dreams that exist with or without a man beside you. You are not searching for someone to save you. You are open to love, but you are not desperate for it. This is liberation, and insecure men find liberation terrifying. He fears being unneeded. He fears being irrelevant. He fears that if you can live without him, then he has no power. So he may try to control your time, your choices, your social life. He may guilt you for having boundaries or resent you for having a life beyond him. Every time you choose yourself, he feels a loss of control. But here is Jung's deeper insight. He cannot imprison a woman who has already freed herself from the need for external validation. Independence is not a threat, it is a sign of individuation, the process of becoming whole. You are not afraid to walk away. You are not afraid to start over. You are not afraid to stand alone. And a woman who is not afraid is a woman impossible to dominate. His fear of your independence is evidence of your power. Let that sink in. And now, take a breath. Let the meaning of all this settle into your chest. Wise woman, the reason insecure men fear you is simple. In your presence, their illusions fall apart. You do not carry their shadows. You do not feed their ego. You do not bend to their control. Your very existence confronts them with the truth they've spent years avoiding. As Jung would say, you are living a life aligned with your authentic self, and that alone is enough to unsettle those who are afraid of their own truth. Remember this, their fear is not your responsibility. Their envy is not your burden. Their insecurity is not your destiny. You are the author of your own story, not them. You hold the pen, not them. Your wisdom is your shield. Your intuition is your compass. Your experience is your strength. Walk forward, knowing this. You terrify insecure men because you are everything they pretend to be, and everything they fear they cannot become.